Hey, what's up guys? This is Rich and I'm here with Audrey.
Hey everyone.
And here on Nintendo's big day in the aftermath of its Nintendo Direct, made a few announcements.
Huge news today.
So at the very end of its presentation, we got a little teaser for a Nintendo Monolith soft title.
And a Monolith soft RPG on its own is pretty exciting.
Yeah, and this is why. You just look at this, real quick, a freeze frame of this. It's huge, and it very much, as we'll lay out the evidence, reminds us of a certain RPG.
It reminds us a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles, which came out to North America for Wii last year. I mean, just the large vistas, the scope, sort of the visual style.
It just has the scope that Xenoblade Chronicles
It has the same sort of visual style, same scope, looks like a bunch of large areas, big monsters.
Yeah. Now, key that you'll notice right at the bottom here, this is sort of one of our first big clues, is this very, very similar command bar to what they use in Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah, it's a little different, but it's basically the same functions. There are all your action commands, spells, attacks,
you kind of scroll between them and select, and there you go.
Sort of the radar on the top. Oh, and one thing we noticed, if you go back a little bit, is that, if you can see a little further, where it has all the players lined
Yeah, I
up
mean, you're noticing on the left-hand side
see,
there.
player 1, player 2, player 3. That looks almost like it's going to be an online play component in this one, that you're going to have people sort of drop in, drop out, online players jumping into your game.
There's a shot later on in the trailer right here, actually, so you can see, let's get this blade out of the way. Off in the far distance, you'll see, you got the big monster right up front with this main character, but off kind of on the left-hand side, you're going to see a little guy fighting a monster over there, and it seems likely that that's probably like player 2 or player 3.
It seems cooperative. We don't know this for sure, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, so it's like maybe some sort of online, we've seen up to, I think, just three or four players. I'm not sure how these titles work out, but so yeah, and I mean, again, I think one of the interesting things to point out, and this is, again, very much like Xenoblade Chronicles, we've seen a pattern here, of a heavy emphasis on sort of fantasy mixed with a lot of sort of more technology-oriented stuff. Sci-fi, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that is just Xenoblade Chronicles written all over it.
Exactly.
There's more. We have more evidence here, so just bear with us as we continue to tell you.
Yeah, look here.
Look at this awesome thing.
Mechs. This just screams Xenogears to me, the other Xeno game.
Sure.
So, I mean, we've got giant mechs flying around. We've got a mech car.
We got some Gundam in my Xenoblade.
And,
all right,
oh my God, who's that guy? That sure does look like Shulk from Xenoblade Chronicles.
Right.
Now, it's weird if they're trying to be coy about this, just putting his face right there.
Well, it looks like him.
But, I mean, we'll put his picture next to it, but that looks exactly like him. Maybe a little older, because I think he was 18 in Xenoblade, but that looks like him.
Either that, or it's like his evil clone that's gone dimension hopping and
that's a possibility too. Not gonna
crashed some other new RPG. Just one note: Takashi-san here, executive director. He was the director of the original Xenoblade Chronicles, so definitely has sort of that continuance of pedigree over at Monolith Soft in terms of development.
Oh, and that X, I mean, that harkens back to Xenogears to me, the big X on the cover.
Yeah, they look very, very similar.
We don't know if we're finally going to find some logical way to merge these Xeno worlds, but yeah, it just reeks of Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenogears, which is pretty exciting.
So everything on X, or whatever it ends up being called, stay tuned to IGN.